So, our players, the illustrious crew of the SRS Eclipse salvage and rescue vessel, are stranded. Their ship having crashed into a malfunctioning landing bay of the Ravenloft, a monolithic Gothic cryo colony ship. They ventured into the halls, eventually finding themselves into a set of slums below a colossal failing reactor. At the entrance to the slums, they met a curious fellow, a vulture-like Aarakocra scrapper called Rend, who was shuffling through a pile of scrap, and Kai was able to make a deal with him. In return, managed to get hold of a broken weapon which Gizmo repaired into a plasma cutter. As they ventured deeper into the slums, they spotted strange graffiti on the walls, which Kai and Howle investigated, revealing several messages along the lines of death to the reactor gods. And whilst exploring, Howle became separated from the group, finding the abandoned slum room, which appeared to have been inhabited at some point by her brother Holt, with a card leading them to Bloodvine's bar, as well as a series of coordinates. The group then proceeded to visit the slums marketplace, where they found crowds of people gathering to purchase radiation sickness medication, which Cass identified as having been extremely watered down. But she analysed its structure with a view to replicating it back on the Eclipse. And during this time, Gizmo also snuck in front of the line, disguised as a crowd member, and was injected by an unidentified purple liquid that seemed to have no initial effects. The group then proceeded to the Bloodvine bar, where they met Ismark Indorovich, a grizzled survivor and brother to the sector administrator Irina, who revealed that people often come back through the hab block, lured in by the captain, and offered to help them get registered with the administrator. Whilst in the bar, Gizmo was also able to help repair Khan Flickersol, a malfunctioning Warforged bartender, and Kai approached Kryn Ashvale and her crew, who stated that they'd be willing to part with vital information in return for a return of their family ring that was lost within the Berez waste refinery, the same place that the coordinates that Howle had discovered had seemingly were pointing towards. Ismark then introduced the group to Irina, his sister, who registered them all with the ship's logs and agreed to help the crew get their ship back, and help them get back to the ship itself via an admin elevator to the upper decks, known as the Tsar deck. As the group were leaving the admin office, they were confronted by the ship's captain, Strahd von Zarovich, a menacing figure who seemed to be one with the ship itself, his chest embedded with a strange glowing crystal as he moved weightlessly through its halls. The group were gripped in terror and unable to really do much during that encounter, but Strahd explained to Ismark that his father had died, but not before agreeing that Strahd marry Irina. Strahd has given Ismark and Irina 10 days to grieve about their father before he comes to collect her, and removed both their admin access in an effort to stop them from running from him, instead giving administrator control to the section's marketplace leader, Bildrath Cantemir. After Strahd's departure, in an attempt to gain some leverage over Bildrath, the party ventured to the Chapel of the Drained, a church on the outskirts of the slums dedicated to the Nullspark. And we have a load of twists for you guys in chat. So we've got one for Elloriah, one for Ken, and one for Panda.
Oh, nice!
Thank you for the best
Thank you so much, Marty.
Think about it.
Okay. Meanwhile, in the chapel, so Kai, hearing a strange voice calling out to him, separated from the group, sneaking into a secluded section of the chapel where he encountered Doru, a wretched wreck of a figure, gaunt and pale with a mechanical skeleton, keeping him moving and alive by some kind of strange mechanical life support system. Kai was unable to free him, but due to strange uncontrolled aggression, it seemed to come in waves, and actually he was attacked by Doru, but Kai left, but not before promising to return and rescue him. Meanwhile, in the chapel, Hex had an altercation with the priest and ended up shooting them. And Hex, Kai, Howle, and Zarek reconvened outside the chapel, whilst Gizmo and Cass investigated the room where Kai found Doru, with Cass finding several files left behind by Dr. Raziel Solstrom. And don't worry, this is a long recap. From here forward, we will be doing shorter recaps, but we are almost there. That's just a lot.
Thank you.
Eventually, because we have had a break, and everybody's like, what did we do last session? So, eventually the group reconvened outside the chapel, with Cass deciding to venture up to the reactor to meet the reactor god, whilst the rest of the group made their way down to the markets. Cass met with the Nullspark, a warforged that had been interred within the reactor by Dr. Solstrom as a living replacement for the failing core. The Nullspark revealed that it could see through multiversal timelines, existing as a constant across all times, but only being able to perceive the inside of the room that he was contained in. He proceeded to explain, however, that he always meets Cass in every timeline, as she eventually finds her way to the core. It then made a series of cryptic predictions for the future, based on conversations he had with various incarnations of Cass across multiple timelines. These were: Within the artifact lies your reflection, twisted and unmade. To gaze upon it is to confront what you were, what you have become, and what you might yet become. Only in one grain of sand do you survive the meeting. And a melody of silence will hum through the black, and its cadence will twist the soul. One among you will sing the final verse, and in silence it will consume them. In the shadows of eternity, the path will fracture. A moment lost to history will resurface, and its ripples will drown what remains of hope. Life shall feed the lifeless, and the gears shall grind to the beat of a heart. The machine will call for a sacrifice, and it will not be denied. Eventually, Cass left to reconvene with the group, who had been shopping, only for them all to be ambushed shortly after by a group of scavengers. After fighting them off, they took the remaining survivor hostage, noting a symbol branded on their clothing of coiled horns surrounding a central fire. However, during the interrogation, Howle lost control of her anger and started to transform into her werewolf form, eventually being calmed down by the group, but the distraction held long enough for the scavenger to escape. The group then made their way to Baldraff's store. He introduced himself and pointed out that some of his wares, but once the group started to try and leverage things against him, he revealed that he had taken the remaining crew of the Eclipse hostage, and that his crew was surrounding the ship in the landing bay to add it to his collection. During the conversation, Kai spotted another Triton, who identified himself as Theta before agreeing to meet Kai outside of the ship. And that was where we were in session 4, so now let's get on to what happened specifically last time. The crew confronted Bildraff, but during the altercation, something strange happened. When Bildraff suggested that he would forcefully disconnect Hex from Grimdark, the ship's AI, she found herself taken into a strange vision, wherein Grimdark appeared as a monstrous form, referring to her by her original name, Yelana Bright, and stating that she belongs to him. Meanwhile, she lost control of her body in the real world, with Grimdark piloting it in a frenzy. In the ensuing conflict, Bildraff's crew were eliminated, but Hex managed to regain control before the killing blow on Bildraff himself. Meanwhile, Gizmo used the conflict as an opportunity to transfer Bildraff's administrator access to himself, and during the fight, Howle also transformed into her werewolf form, angry over Bildraff having stolen her brother's ship and, blatantly doing something to his crew. The crew then questioned the now captured Bildraff, with Howle discovering that Bildraff had tortured her brother, causing him to kill his own crew and become locked in his werewolf form. However, he had since escaped. Distracted by the encounter itself, the news about Holt and the crew's worsening situation, Howle accidentally left her headphones behind in Bildraff's upon leaving. Kai separated out from the crew to go and meet Theta, and Theta explained that the lab from which they originated, as well as their planet, was evacuated, and he wasn't aware that anybody had been left behind, apologising for Kai being stranded. He then passed some memories on to Kai, fragments of his past, identifying a scientist in charge of the experiments, a warforged named Kale Vortham. Theta then left to go and save his family, who had been taken by the captain upon his arrival, stating that he would meet Kai again. Eventually, the crew reconnected with Ismark and Irina, with Ismark asking the crew to take Irina with them as they leave to take her out of Strahd's reach, to which the crew reluctantly agreed. The group decided that they, however, would need to dispose of Bildraff before they left, and Irina explained that Bildraff's death would immediately alert the captain, because he had a heart sensor that would detect if his heart stopped and tell Strahd that they had been something had happened to Bildraff. So Cass, using her surgical experience, performed surgery to move the heart sensor from Bildraff to Ismark, who had decided to stay behind in the sector to look after his people, showing his radiation scarring, meaning he had limited life remaining. The crew, however, were able to slow his poisoning, giving him a few years to set things in motion to protect the people of Barovia. Finally, the group left to the administrator lift, where they found a group of Vistana and a droid labelled AVA waiting for them, stating that they had been expected. Following a short encounter with the very unsettling droid, explaining to them that it means no harm, the group eventually entered the lift along with the droid, and the Vistana were ready to head to the upper decks, as the droid finished up by stating that ascension awaits. And that was where we got to last session.
Remember, I pulled off a fucking nasty stealth check to hide behind.
You vanished into the back of the lift.
Yeah.
But everybody,
I am separated.
Yes, but everybody is on the now admin lift going up to the upper floors alongside this group of Vistana and this droid. So for those who weren't here last session, the droid itself was quite a disturbing figure. It was where everybody else that they'd encountered so far was very, very, humanoid in their actions. So the Warforged that encountered were very human. The droid itself was very, very machine-like. It was a full droid rather than a Warforged. So it moved very, very unnervingly like a marionette, and although it had a very calming, very friendly voice, something about it put the group on edge.
Or did it have like super abrupt movements, like it twists around 180 degrees and like chink, kind of shit.
Exactly.
Wasn't there also like a big werewolf smell or something like that among them?
They are all werewolves.
Yeah. Yeah, Starry could smell that they were all werewolves.
Oh, sticky.
Yes. So before we do carry on, has anyone got any questions?
Can I go
will
get
we
my
hear?
headset? What was that?
I didn't catch either of those.
Can I go first?
I made a joke of like, will we live?
I was gonna can I go home?
JB not.
JB not.
Start?
Can I go back and get my headset?
No.
Do that now.
Too late.
Can a certain trash panda here create a facsimile of a headset?
Maybe.
Maybe not. JB.
I don't know. Can I?
How are we feeling, Gizmo Nation?
I mean, you could scroungecraft one, to be fair.
I will do that.
I mean,
are we aware as our characters that you've
none
left
of
your
you know
headset?
yet.
Probably have we noticed?
No, none of you have noticed yet, so it'll be a later thing. But you can something that you can do, Gizmo.
Eventually.
Yeah, please don't scrounge any wires from the elevator, please, specifically.
Yeah, Gizmo doesn't have a good track record with elevators. Hands
Gizmo
to
would
yourself.
Never do that. Never. Right, Gizmo?
Oh,
Hey.
shit. Hang on.
Hey.
I smell your bullshit, right?
Do that. I would do that.
So, you are all in this large service platform. This is a rusted mechanical lift used for heavy machinery, so it's quite wide, easy enough to fit a small vehicle. You've got yourselves, there's also the AVA droid that you'd met previously, as well as 4 Vistana. The Vistana themselves they all look like relatively burly humans. They're all 4 of them are male, and they are all basically they're all ripped. They are people. They are gone.
Pillow men looking asses.
Yeah. they are basically they are enforcers, they are scrappers, they are protectors of whatever this droid is, and it's very clear that they are there to defend the rather fragile looking droid. Although it moves unsettlingly, it itself looks fairly fragile.
May I prepare an action?
You may.
At the first sign of hostility from Ava or the Vistana, I would like to throw my tangle grenade at my feet to obstruct vision.
Okay, yep, perfect.
I'm gonna kind of like rock backwards, forwards on my feet, looking at these very large men. It's like
Mrs. Vistana.
Be like, so you guys you come here often?
How do you guys feel about Eiffel Towers?
So
Anyway.
Hex, you're kind of rocking near the closest one to you, and this guy is he's probably about 6.5 foot tall, very imposing. He's got these glowing red cybernetic eyes.
Oh, beautiful.
A face,
my type.
Yeah, like his face is tattooed with like Romani style symbols, so like gypsy style symbols. He has like a long floor length leather jacket, and you can see you can clearly see on his chest there is like holsters covered with like plasma revolvers. Almost like a gunslinger type. He's got short beard, long hair, and like I said, these red glowing eyes underneath it. And he,
While he was ready with this description, he was ready to make Elloriah just fucking leave a snail trail.
What? Hex is like fully like sweating, like oh shit, like heavy breathing.
Hex tries to take a single step and fucking slips on the now moistened floor. You have to make a fucking deck saving throw to just move.
Excuse me?
Don't worry about it.
don't worry about it. And this guy kind of looks over at you and looks at your cybernetics and just goes, "You're an interesting one."
Oh.
She's like,
Get slippery out. Oh, shit.
Roll to kick your feet and write in your diary, Mrs. Hex Vistana.
Heart.
And he just kind of smiles and carries on looking, keeping an eye on. You can see he's very clearly keeping an eye over the group. You get the impression that this person is essentially like a bodyguard.
Right.
Okay. As the lift continues to ascend, the droid in the center sort of starts looking around the group carefully, and you can see they're very much mechanically taking in information about all of you. You can see not so much scanning you, but they are almost like they are looking through you and seeing something more than what you are.
Cass gives them I give them a soft smile.
The droid sees you smiling, and its head kind of whirs towards you, and they don't smile. They've got a sort of solid faceplate that makes them look like it's almost like a statuesque face. Think the Victor droids from Arcane.
I knew you were gonna drop it.
I know,
that's all I already had in my head.
Only more like
no face, but he goes like close bracket.
always watching Wazowski. But if you imagine, it's that same kind of structure as those kind of droids, but where the face is, it's almost like it's almost like a sculptured human face of a woman. With these two sort of like I say circular, they're going to be circular. Their eyes, two vivid green eyes, but below the mask, and it kind of you can see, although the featureless, you get this feeling of almost like comfort from them.
Oh,
Comfort.
not.
Oh, God.
So he was scanning everybody. Was he able to scan Kai? Because I'm like hidden.
No, they wouldn't have been able to scan you.
Let's go. Okay.
And as the lift kind of comes to a still on the next floor, she steps forward from the kind of chamber onto the actual floor where it's connected, and just looks. The head kind of swivels 180 degrees and looks at you all, and just goes. Welcome to the upper decks.
Thank you.
Please, Jenny, we have much to discuss. And she kind of signals for you all to come off the lift.
I'm gonna follow her.
Okay, I walk out.
Okay,
Howle would be holding on to Cass's arm because she's noticed her headset is missing.
okay.
She's not making a fuss out of it yet.
Okay. So Gizmo, you can do your insight if you want.
Perfectly
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, everything seems fine. They seem perfectly fine.
Okay, can I give Howle head pats Not because she's a werewolf, but just so I can see if I can pick up the fact that she's not got her headset.
You can indeed. So
I love that.
You ruffle her hair and you realise her headset's missing.
Oh. we need to get this sorted. Gizmo.
What?
We're missing a little bit in the headset department. Do you think you could make one?
I mean, a few of us are missing some of the, some of the old brain cells. I don't think I can fix that.
I'm not asking you to fix brain cells. I'm asking if you can make a headset. Unless you would like a... she stopped. I stopped for a second. I'm like, oh god, I'm surrounded by werewolves. I should not say a word about this. Unless you'd like Howle to wolf out.
I could do that. I think. You'll owe me a cupcake.
Okay, I've got one. I think I've got one left.
You do indeed.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I hand you a cupcake as prepayment.
A perfectly legitimate transaction.
Exactly. I will now make a headset.
Okay, so you kind of start working on this headset. As always, your eyes kind of cloud over and you get in the zone. And Gizmo just kind of stops in the middle of the lift, just starts working on this headset, completely oblivious to everything that's going on around him.
Somebody pick up the fucking fur orb.
One sec, I'm gonna see if I've got anything that we can like put Gizmo on and just like drag him.
We have a Zarek.
I can just carry it, I'm sure.
We need a fucking like Demon Slayer style like man backpack. Put Gizmo in whenever.
No. I'll tell you what we need.
baby
I'll tell you
saddle.
what we need. We need a baby cage.
Baby
Yeah.
cage.
Okay, baby cage.
Yeah.
Okay. So Zarek, you're carrying Gizmo, yeah?
Yeah, I'll carry Gizmo.
Okay. So Zarek, you pick Gizmo up and you just kind of carry him at arm's length as he just kind of walk down the hallway. So.
It needs a bath, you know.
Sorry.
So with them all like coming off of the elevator, are the Vistana moving as well?
They are, yes. They're following by nearby Ava.
Can I like hide in the like shadow, just kind of keeping out of line of sight? So like Kai follows like very closely behind one of the Vistana to like keep out.
Sneaky.
Yeah, based on your hide check that you did in the lift, you'll be able to do that safely.
Thank you.
You follow nearby.
Curiosity, you know how we each have our own theme tunes? Could you have a sneaking theme tune for Kai?
Yeah.
It's so good.
No, because you know what Kai's sneaking theme tune? You know when Kronk is like on the wall? That is the sneaking tune.
Yeah. It's just it's just the Pink Panther thing though.
Hang on.
It's gotta be the Pink Panther theme tune.
Kai.
Please, that would be so good.
I'm confused.
Oh my god.
Do you know Pink Panther?
I know of it.
The
Do
silence.
you know
is
the
deafening.
Emperor's New Groove?
Please tell me you've watched Emperor's New Groove.
Oh
That's
my
not
god, stop!
Oh, sorry.
You would love Emperor's New Groove.
I am pulling your leg. Of course I know it.
Well then.
Well, we never know.
I don't know Pink Panther though.
I'm busy
High
fixing something.
rolls.
I'm fixing something very important. Hang on.
What's up?
Give me a second. I'm just fixing something very,
What do
very
you
important.
You
Anyway.
say he's adding Emperor's New Groove to the list of films to watch.
Please.
I've seen it. I've
I
seen
believe you.
New Groove and Kronk. Kronk's New Groove.
Okay.
Oh, everything's gone quiet.
This is Kai sneaking behind.
God damn it.
And like you can just like very quietly, like if you know to look for it or listen for it, you can just very quietly hear Kai going, just like really quietly to himself.
No, all it is it's Owen like sneaking behind you with the trumpet.
just every time he gets to that midsection, he pokes his head out of a vent.
I love this. I love this so much.
Right. Anyway, back to what we're doing. that is
Back to
that,
our regularly scheduled programming.
we now have a button just called Sneak to play that music whenever we need it. Okay, so you all step out onto the next floor, which is a long maintenance corridor that you can see initially that leads down into the deeper part of this particular floor. And as you step forward, and just so you're aware, so for those who've had it so far, I know that Hex, you'd seen this on the monitor in the admin desk, and obviously Gizmo, you'd have seen it on the monitors as well. In the images section under the Strahd Space section, there is the map of this deck. I also did put it in the Discord as well. You are coming through the admin lift at the top of the floor. So at the very top of the map, there's an admin lift.
Hello.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Hang on.
Is it documents?
Hang on, it's going to appear. I'm going to do it the easy way. I'm just going to make it appear for everybody. Boom.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh,
Nice.
how nice of you.
Oh, sir.
So you're
Okay.
in the where it says admin lift at the very top. You're in that lift. That's the one that we've just stepped out of.
Okay,
Right,
by the-
okay.
by the cargo bay. Got it.
Yeah, by the
So
cargo
welcome
bay.
to the hab block.
Correct. Okay, so and you start making your way down this hallway, and as you are, the robot is again. It's watching you all carefully, seeing how you react, and it scans over you all again, and then stops its tracks and looks towards you all and goes,
You have come a long way to arrive here. You always arrive here.
and then she looks at you all and says,
We have food waiting for you.
and then
Hold on, Iva. Can you expand on the always arrive here? This is the first time we've been here. Are you talking about other crews that have landed here?
Many crews make their way through, and all eventually arrive on this deck. However, your specific arrival has been foreseen.
By who?
they one of the Vistanas walking past kind of puts his hand on your shoulder and goes, Ava sees the future. AVA, Automated Visionary Archive. She predicts the future with there is some crypticness to it, but she predicts it with a fair amount of accuracy.
She's like, hi, big guy.
Stop making the floor slippery, for God's sake! Wait.
Tail wagging, like.
I don't think it's me that needs to worry about the wires.
Wait, what? Nothing. Doesn't matter.
No, don't think about it.
Thinking
Don't worry about it.
I'm thinking about it. I'm worried
Don't
about
think
it.
about it.
As this kind of happens, AVA turns her head towards Cass and says,
You have seen those with this gift before.
I have. The, one sec. The Nullspark.
Our
He's-
makers are the same.
Oh.
Oh.
Actually, was Cass told the Maker? I can't remember.
yeah, it was Raziel
Was it,
Soulstrand,
yeah.
one of your old... Yeah.
Yeah. I know your Maker.
You see the eyes kind of flicker between kind of this, from the green to like a really soft blue and then back to the green, as she kind of tilts her head, almost like a sign of affection.
Now, Father, there is much to talk about.
And she starts walking towards a series of blast doors that are kind of just round an alcove. You can see the edge of these blast doors that are opening as she approaches. You guys all following on?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna follow her.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, so you make your way out into the Vistana habitation block. It's a single room, so unlike the shantytown that you saw of the Barovia block, this is just one big room. The ceiling is so far above you that it's actually lost to shadows, and you can just see malfunctioning lights flickering in the distance. All of the walls around the outside of the room are lined with stacks upon stacks of like barrack-like quarters. So it's like one room lodging, followed by another room lodging, followed by another room lodging, and then up into the air as well. Each one is about the size of a coffin and is sealed with rusted shutters.
Oh god.
They're barely more than metal alcoves containing just like a thin mattress, cracked monitor screens, and a hatch which you can see some kind of nutrient sort of slurry is being dispensed from pipework into what looks like a serving hatch that the Vistana can get their food from. The air is really heavy with the smell of oil and sweat, and the faint tang of mold that you can see clinging to almost every surface. And the floor below you is a series of grated catwalks and narrow stairways that kind of wind together to make a mesh between these different tiers of living that is kind of swaying precariously as the ship tremors. They're very, very weak walkways. But looking down is daunting, as below the mesh catwalks, it falls into an abyss that fades into a dark, seemingly bottomless pit below you.
Oh.
Damn, we went quite a ways, huh?
You went up a long way. And at the centre of this habitation block, where all the kind of walkways meet together, is a large, towering, cylindrical chamber encased in black glass and tangled with cables.
Oh no, it's the Panopticon.
And you can see most of these quarters have got people living in them that don't seem to show any sign of hostility. Again, very similar to the survivors in Barovia, they just seem to be trying to survive. Who in the group has the highest perception?
Not me. I think
Not
it's
me.
I have a passive perception of 15 and plus 5 to perception.
Okay.
Where is our perception?
Plus 4 at perception.
So on your character sheet, if you go to where it says perception in your skills, it should tell you a number on the far right hand side. It's a small number. That's your passive perception.
Yeah, I got
17.
Okay. With 17, you'd see this. So, looking around the room, what you can see, Cass, right on the edge of the darkness, just up into the kind of upper floors, you can see a small mechanical drone that seems to have almost like organic connections between it. So like rather than cables, it's made of a mixture of metal and like actual veins connecting parts of it together. That is moving between different pods and scanning the inhabitants. And every now and again there's like a whir of metal and you can see these little lights flash out. And in the distance you can just hear a murmured voice saying designated for processing before moving on.
Oh!
So that's what you see as you look out into the room, and Ava is making her way down the stairs towards the cylindrical chamber in the centre. What are you all doing?
Who is closest to me as we're walking through?
So you all came through relatively... So you're all pretty close to each other. I would say probably...
I'm on your arm, yeah.
Howl's attached to your arm and Kai's kind of faded off. They're the two kind of different ones. So Howl's the closest, Kai's the furthest.
Okay, I get Howl's attention and... Look there, can you see that? The drones, can you see that?
You can roll perception to see if you can.
Yeah.
You cannot.
No.
That's for the werewolf. However, because Kai was nearby, you could probably look up and see it as well, because I pointed it out.
I was the furthest, wasn't I?
Yeah,
But we had a psychic link, so you could ask Kai through like mental, like non-speak.
Yeah.
So should I roll
yeah.
perception? Are you doing that?
Yep, you can do
Hey.
it.
Yeah, just hey, look up.
Kai has a little look-see.
Yeah,
18.
you would indeed see it.
Okay. Also, during all of this, how does Howle look? Like, is Howle nervous? Is it a rough time for Howle at the moment?
How do you look,
Yeah.
Al?
She has been with the arm that isn't around Cass. She's touching the fabric of her clothes because it's nice and it's familiar, and she's autistic. And she's
Okay.
just like,
So, visibly trying to self-soothe. Okay, well, in that case, Kai would like to sort of, half-concentrate on, humming one of Howl's favorite songs into her head through the, psychic link they have to try and, help her calm down. She doesn't use her music.
Roll
hate
performance to see how accurate this is.
I hate you so much.
So you roll a 1 and just kind of screeching. Yeah, with 19, you're able to successfully, not so much replicate a song, but just help keep her calm.
Yeah. Hopefully that gives, advantage to any possible wolfing out while we await the Scroungecraft.
It would do. It would help with the calming. You get advantage when you're trying to calm.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Okay.
In that case, yeah, that's kind of what Kai is doing, while also, looking at this, drone thing that's been pointed out to him.
Okay. Gizmo, what about yourself? Oh, you're Scroungecrafting. That's what you're doing. You are dead to the world. Zarek, how about you?
I'm just carrying the Gizmo.
just focusing on the Gizmo. Okay, Hex, how about yourself?
She's still, she's completely oblivious to what's going on behind her. Walking up front, she's she's still trying to chat up the big guy.
So you keep chatting to this this Vistana as he moves down, and he you can see that he's trying his best not to engage as much as he can. But you
Roll
do
for rears, come on.
But you do manage to get his name out of him.
Oh yes.
So his name is Barty Sarkov.
Barty Sarkov.
Barty Sarkov.
She instantly gets the ick.
You get a number.
You don't want to be Mrs. Barty then?
No, she instantly gets the ick, and she's like, "Oh, nice to meet you."
He looks pleased with himself.
You lost 4 points immediately.
Wow. The worst a girl can say is no.
Oh my god, you're so cool, you're so good at Fortnite. What's your name? My name is Tyler Blevins.
Oh no. And thank you, Luca.
For the sake, Luca.
Twist of fate.
Hi.
And a twist of fortune for Howle as well.
What?
A twist of fortune for you as well.
I thank you, Luca.
So, and twist of fortune for Zarek.
Thank you.
So, as you're having this kind of conversation, one thing that you have noticed, Hex, being relatively close to this this Vistana, is that he keeps glancing over towards Irina.
Okay.
That is something that you have noticed, because she's kind of sitting behind you, just chilling.
I kind of forgot about Arena.
How can you forget about Irina?
Pretty easily.
Because there was a big sexy man in front of me. Hello.
Have you guys ever watched Kuroko's Basketball? She
Yes.
just has that little presence. And she just fades into the background.
But yeah, he keeps glancing over to her, with a look of almost like double taking, almost like he's half recognizing her.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna, as much as she's got the ick, she's gonna try and take the attention off of Irina.
She's got the Bartik.
Yeah. And she's gonna be like, so, do you mind giving me a tour later, maybe?
He kind of smiles a little bit and says, there won't be much time for that. Well, Ava has some things to talk to you about, and then you'll be moving on pretty quickly. But if time allows, then sure, I'd be happy to show you around.
Oh, you sure you can't make some time for me? I'm gonna try and persuade him.
Okay, do a persuasion check.
Buddy, please show me that.
Mr. Sarkar!
When I was designing this character, I was like, I'm going to give him a really stupid name just to see how it works.
Are you sure you can't spend some time with little old me, like fucking swings leg all the way up on the top of the fucking
Literally, like now she's not interested in him, like she can like actually like pretend to flirt.
Yeah, like swinging her tail, like holding it with a hand and just swinging it back and forward like a yo-yo. Debbie and chat. Spend some time with me, step bro.
We've got the two ends of the charisma girlies, one trying to riz someone and one having a breakdown.
Okay. He just kind of smiles and goes, we'll see what it's like when you've seen Ava. It depends on what you think after you've spoken to her. Because, well, she has a way of inspiring people, shall we say.
Yeah, that's my job.
Can I say what I want to say so bad?
Go on.
Go on.
I can inspire you pretty good.
A little bit of nano vomit comes up into my mouth.
He does like a bit of like an eyebrow raise, like the Rock.
Fine thud.
And he goes, maybe later.
Hey yo!
No.
What is happening?
Fucking with the persuasion bit, like when she tried to like kick her leg up, she just rips the massive apart. Don't mind me.
Whilst this is going on, Zarek, something in the distance takes your eye as you're walking through. Can you make me a perception check, please?
Uh-oh.
Natural one.
Yeah, please. Something catches your eye. Actually, on second thoughts, no, it fucking doesn't.
Something catches your eye, never mind. So yeah, Zarek, if you can give me a perception, that'd be great. I don't see his mouse moving, so Zarek, are you there? Waiting on Duce?
Waiting on Duce.
I said give it 20 minutes.
There he is, he's moving. He's there.
Hey!
What?
By the way, you might be muted, by the way, dude.
Sorry.
If you
Am I muted?
You are muted. Yes, you were.
Yes,
Yes.
muted. Ah,
Yes.
missed that. What was I doing? Sorry.
Roll a perception check, please.
Perception.
Something has taken your eye as you're walking through, so you need to do a perception to see how much of it you see.
Something woke you from the slumber.
No, it doesn't.
So
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm just trying not to gag at the smell of Gizmo.
So with the 10, you spot a figure. You can't see why it's drawing your attention, but something about it is taking your eye. All you can see is it's a figure that is kind of sitting down at the edge of one of the walkways, and is covered in a cloak. But there's just something about them that just immediately catches your eye. But you can't make out much of the figure because they are covered with a cloak.
Spooky.
Can I hand Gizmo off to Cass? Would probably be the next strongest, I think.
Let me have a look.
Furry pets.
She's collecting us now.
Yeah.
Roll dexterity to see if you fumble the pass and drop him into the pit.
God. Like curl him real tight. So you can fucking
Yeah. Just playing volleyball.
No, I mean
with Gizmo.
I'm walking with them, so
Yeah, it was a joke.
hand him over.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have him one-handed though because I've got Howle on one arm.
Aye.
So, can you actually hold me up?
Oh.
Because I'm wearing what is equivalent to full plate.
Cass would, which is very, very high strength.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Double checking.
she's not as far off as strong as me, I don't think, so...
Imagine handing Gizmo over to Howle.
Boom.
There's immediately two broken arms.
My strength is 11.
Walk to the floor and suddenly you're back in Bolivia.
13 your strength is.
Huh? That's not what it says on my thing.
It's what it says on your thing on my side.
Wait, what?
What?
Your strength should be 13.
Wait, I'm looking at the wrong bit. Never mind. I should be fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
And
you're
so
fine.
is that 13? That's 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to lift Gizmo easily. Gizmo is below your carry weight, so you're fine.
Okay. Come on, Gizmo! Yoink.
Dead to the world.
I'm gonna go to the cloaked figure and probably regret this.
Nice.
Right, so Zarek, whilst the group is making their way down towards the centre, you kind of see this figure and you step off to the side. So as you get closer, you take a look at them. One thing that you notice as you kind of approach, you can see the hands that are kind of coming out the bottom of the cloak are pale ashen skin that looks like it's almost cracked like a porcelain doll.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's not almost. Nope.
What do you do?
You cast a familiar shadow, but I can't put a name to it.
The figure looks up towards you and pulls the hood back slightly. And as they do, you can see they are an ASMR. And they have this, like I said, ashen skin that is cracked. But below the cracks, you can see this dull golden light that's leaking from underneath the skin. As they pull the mask back, you can see their eyes, which would have once been filled with divine purpose, are now these hollow orbs that are flickering with these dying embers like a lost golden light. Her once lustrous hair is now tarnished and falls in tangled strands streaked with soot and ash. And she's wearing underneath the kind of edge of the cloak, you can see the top of a robe of some kind of priestly vestments, reinforced with scavenged armor plates, each piece inscribed with celestial runes that you can see flickering. And as she looks towards you and stands, you can see that what you thought was a cloak behind her are actually wings, broken and ragged. More like a cloak made of feathers than the actual wings that they once were, stretched out into tattered shreds, but connected together by a light that seems to shift between holy radiance and sickly darkness. And everything around her just smells of ash and burnt incense. As she looks up at you and goes, I have not seen one of my kind for many years. Who are you, traveler?
The name is Zarek.
She looks, you see the eyes flare for a few seconds. And where do you hail from?
My backstory's not in the character sheet.
Hang on a second. I can force show you.
See, this is why I'm an amnesiac. I don't need to know my backstory.
Hey, that's Elloriah's line usually.
Hey, what's
There
that
you go.
supposed to mean?
You know exactly what that's supposed to mean.
Where is that on here?
I don't think you put a planet name in.
Ah.
I remember my planet name. 'cause
No, I didn't put a
one
planet
from-
name in.
I did the one from the Little Prince.
Yeah, just a mega city.
She looks towards you and goes, I have not seen a city in many moons. And you can see as she moves her hands, she's got these signet rings that you can see are from kind of like noble houses of various planets, and she's got 2 or 3 of them that she's wearing.
Yes. Do any of them look familiar?
Roll a history check.
Oh, 19.
Oh.
So,
Ooh.
So that'd be 20 with.
yeah. So, although you don't recognize the specific planets and houses they're from, one of them does look familiar. You remember when you were young and when you were kind of growing up on the streets, there was a group of people who regularly came to visit your parents, and they wore the same ring. But you never knew what it meant or where it came from.
I've seen this symbol before. Visitors to see my parents would wear this brand.
She looks at the ring and goes, "This is a sigil." She kind of holds her hand up and looks at different things. Says, "All of these are sigils used by various families for the marking of celestials." She goes, "Do you not know your heritage?"
No, I'm afraid. I lost my parents before I could really learn anything of our history.
Celestial without guidance, I weep for you. And she bows her head slightly and goes, "But we'll find our way eventually. So maybe I can guide you on your way." And she sort of smiles, and you can see there's a little bit of the need to help, but also, again, something almost like she's defeated, like she's been trying to do something for a long while and hasn't been able to. And as she stands up and her cloak kind of billows out, you can see that she's actually also covered in these, like I said, these cracks that look like cracks in porcelain that seem to be breaking away parts of her form. "The lights of the gods don't reach deep into this vessel. Stay too long, and this is your fate." And as she pulls her other hand out of the cloak, you can see that it's actually broken off at the wrist, where it's cracked and the armor's clearly just broken away. "Where light can't reach, our kind doesn't last long." What do you do? Okay.
What do you mean by light doesn't reach? I spent plenty of time in space on ships and never had an issue.
The Ravenloft isn't like other ships. Just watch. And she raises her hand, and you can see the light starts to gather in her hand. And as it does, the lighting of the actual ship itself starts to fade, rather than the celestial energy that would normally form. "Within the Ravenloft, light can neither escape nor enter. The light that would normally sustain our forms He's drawn from the ship itself, and this ship is poison. Here, we are disconnected.
Disconnected from what?
The gods, of course, and she kind of smiles a little bit. As she does, you see cracks start to form in the corner of her lips. Without our connection to the divine, we are naught but shadows of ourself. But it sounds like you've never known them. Interesting.
Don't really know of any gods. Not in a manner where I would have contact with them.
Separated from the gods, stranded on this ship. Time will put its weight on you. Yes. I suggest you speak to the abbot. He'll know how to, well, give you guidance.
Where would I find the abbot?
She looks around and you can see she's kind of keeping her eye out around, and she says, "You'll find him in Kresk. All you need to do is get through security, through the cryogenics labs, towards the control room at the front of the ship. Cryogenics will take you a long while to get through. It's a large station. But if you can make it to Kresk, he may have some answers for you."
Okay.
And she sort of sits herself back down and goes, "But for now, I must rest. Too much movement, you see. Each movement takes more of me. I'm not long for this world."
Is there anything we could do?
Unless we can sever the captain's connection to the ship, the light will never reach here. Or if I could get out of the ship. But no one leaves the Ravenloft. If not even light can leave, how can anybody?
I mean, Captain does seem to be a bit of a dick.
Well, he does what he has to. Unfortunately, his ways are not our ways, and this ship is, well, he is the ship. And she sort of turns her head slightly towards the kind of the black cylinder where everybody else is heading towards. She says, "The Vistana may be workers for the captain, but they're good people. And Ava knows, well, she can guide people on their path. Although there's a cost with knowledge, as they always say. Maybe she can guide you better." And she kind of smiles again, bits of cracks appearing around her lips. "Anyway, I've talked enough for today. I must rest." And she relaxes herself down onto the floor, sitting cross-legged against the wall, her wings kind of forming a like makeshift blanket for her to lie on. "I'm sure I'll see you soon."
Hopefully, your condition doesn't get worse.
She doesn't move. She stays completely stationary where she is and just says, "Until the light reaches me, only death awaits. But I have made my peace."
I'll turn and head back to the group.
Okay. Okay, you turn, you start making your way back down towards the center. Okay. Going back over to the group then. You're all still following Ava, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm dual wielding crewmates.
If you're handling furries.
Oh, dual wielding furries.
Okay. So.
It's becoming a meme, innit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's gotta be a meme.
We 100% need artwork of Cass with Howle on her arm and Gizmo in the other hand, just looking defeated in the middle.
So I'm all out of cupcakes.
Who works 2 jobs with that?
So, you all make your way down into the center, and Zarek disappears for a little while, but he does rejoin you as you are approaching that middle section. And as you're getting closer, you can see these figures, the Vistani, are shuffling through the chamber almost in silence. Many of their faces are obscured by tattered masks or augmented respirators. And as AVA approaches the center chamber, you can see a lot of the Vistana who are kind of moving towards the center chamber and kind of kneeling on the floor, reaching out, offering scraps of tech or fragments of data. But she's waving them away and just gently looking towards them, saying,
I will guide you all soon. Now, we have guests to attend to.
Who is that in the middle? Sorry?
It's AVA heading towards the middle. Ava.
No, but like who was in... Oh, people are giving her
People are
stuff.
giving her stuff and she's kind of waving them away.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Oh, so we've got ads in a minute.
Yes.
Would you be okay to take a quick loo break at that point?
Yes, I was going to anyway. But I was just saying, just before the ads drop up, you're kind of making your way towards the centre of this chamber as they're all kind of bowing towards her and kind of offering scraps. And as she kind of waves them away and says, we have guests, you can see they look towards you all with a look of almost like reverence.
Oh.
And they all step back and they create like a pathway for you all to walk between, all of them kind of bowing towards the center of this pathway, making a pathway for you all.
Oh.
And before we jump on to the next step, we will grab a quick break. As mentioned, so as AVA approaches this chamber in the center, all the Vistanis kind of step to the side and kind of bow down, offering pieces of machinery, and then they create a path for all of you to walk between. And the droid...
Okay, so seeing as the, Vistana, stood aside and they're, creating a path for us to walk through, Kai's gonna finally, reveal himself.
Okay. Yep.
How's my nose, by the way?
There's a lot of werewolves, yep. They're not all werewolves, but there's a lot of them.
Hex is going to be like, oh no, you don't need to. Oh, thank you so much.
And
no, proper playing into, but a little bit sarcastically.
And as you kind of step forward, the droid's head kind of turns towards you and goes,
You each have questions that must be answered. I understand. You are here for a reason.
And she looks over towards Hex and goes,
You seek answers to your ship.
Her head then turns towards Howle and goes,
You seek one you have lost.
spins towards Kai.
You seek your past.
then turns towards Cass.
Whereas you are running from your...
Looks towards Zarek.
You seek your origin.
And then looks towards Gizmo, who is still in his trance and not paying any attention. Goes,
And you want to understand why your master has not found you yet.
Oh shit.
and then she tilts and goes,
I can grant you all guidance. Please, follow me into the chamber.
and she steps up to the black glass and places her hands on it. Goes,
It is quite safe.
I'm gonna insight check this bitch.
yeah, insight checker.
I have -2 wisdom, but we re-roll.
Yep, insight check.
Would I be able to assist with this, actually?
If you want to assist, you can give advantage to it, and you get a roll instead of
Yeah,
highest.
I'll do that.
Again, okay. You go get it.
Seems completely legit.
I'm like, yeah, right, let's go.
You get the strong feeling that she's telling the truth.
How, like, the prospect of finding her fucking brother and getting some feckin' answers. She lets go of Cass's arm and just runs ahead.
Okay. So, which of you are going into the chamber?
I guess I am.
Me!
I don't get a choice.
Gizmo does not show us. Gizmo,
I'll go in.
Gizmo, you start to come out of your scrounge craft, so you wake up just as you're kind of being carried into the chamber. From your trance.
What did I miss? Where the fuck are we?
So let's just let me explain what you wake up into and what you guys step into. So, as you step into the threshold of this chamber, it's humming with a low, unsettling frequency, kind of like a.
So like an MRI machine.
Kinda.
Oh my
I
god,
have that vibrator on.
There's a faint red light that's kind of circling around the top of the chamber, casting these long, jagged shadows. And as Ava steps in, she turns so that her back is towards the chamber and hovers up into the center of the chamber, being cradled by shifting mechanical arms, and these cables like veins spread from the inside of the walls and connect to her, connecting her into this machine of sorts. And it looks like a lattice of conduits, almost like a web of a spider, as these multiple arms kind of pull her into what looks like a web of veins and shadows. Her face, looking serene, looks almost magical as her eyes begin to glow like twin cyan stars, completely unblinking and omnipresent.
Ooh.
And
That's
she's
hot, but disturbing.
And she speaks out, this time her voice being slightly different. Almost, it's soft and maternal, coming from speakers all around the building, accompanied by a small hiss of static as distorted images of events that have happened to you all since you arrived on the ship begin to project onto the walls around her. And she looks at you all and says,
The future, to an extent, is written. There are many options one can take, but paths generally follow the same choices. The answer to those choices are our own. I can offer you prediction. I can tell you what will occur in the near future. But to do so, I require a gift. One thing from each of you who wishes for a prediction. I require a single memory of your choosing.
as she says this, Kai, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God. Why? Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
As she
Oh.
says,
You're done, bitch.
I require a memory of your choosing. You have a few seconds of a flashback. And you see yourself sitting in an office, sort of across a table from another figure who is shrouded in black, and you can't quite see any features of the figure. And they're pushing a piece of paperwork towards you, and just going, "Please, sign here." And then it cuts back to being in the room.
Whoa. Okay.
And she says,
I will tell you about the future of the ship for free. But if you wish to know about your own individual futures, then you may each choose a memory to give payment.
"What are you all doing?"
Hal steps up.
Step up.
So, Hal, you step up first.
Ah, the young wolf. What memory do you offer?
And what I want each of you to do for this is I want each of you who are making this deal to
I
describe
know
a
what
memory.
memory I want.
Yeah,
I
I want
know
you to describe a
exactly.
memory from your past. Okay, so what memory do you offer?
After that performance, when I saw all those innocents dead, and I hurt my friends, I want it gone. Please.
I will take your pain and your grief.
And as she speaks, as you describe the memory, it flickers on the walls around the outside of the chamber, but only visible to you. And as the image finishes, the memory is gone from your mind. Ava's eyes glow, the cyan light glowing brighter and brighter. And she says,
You will find him at the edge of crimson waters, where his howl splits the air and the ground trembles beneath his rage. There, the trial will unfold. A choice of blood, a test of bonds. Bale and the beast will consume him. Succeed, and he will be returned to you.
and her eyes fade down to normal again.
Oh, fuck.
Do not worry, little one. The choice ahead of you... I should have the modifier on.
Do not worry, little one. The path ahead of you will become clear very soon.
Are you meant to have a modifier on?
That should have had the modifier on, yeah?
Oh, you've not had a modifier on.
You've not had one all
yeah.
session.
What?
Fuck!
Hang on. She should have had a
Like how we're
modifier.
all just like
Unless
playing
can,
along.
can chat hear it and we can't. Oh, I can hear myself speaking.
Chat can definitely
Oh,
hear
no,
it.
not again.
That should have fixed it. So,
Oh, it said it's working
There
on
we
stream.
are.
Oh, there
Oh,
we
I
go,
can hear it now, yeah.
she should have a modifier on. So I'll read that prediction again with the modifier on for you guys. So,
You will find him at the edge of crimson waters, where his howl splits the air and the ground trembles beneath his rage. There the trial will unfold. A choice of blood, a test of bonds. Bale and the beast will consume him. Succeed, and you may see him once again.
Can you message me that?
don't worry, I'll be sending this to all of you so you'll all have any predictions that are given at the end of the session.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what does Howle do to respond?
Yeah? She's gonna turn around, still a bit teary-eyed from before. And, yeah, no, she's crying. And she's just gonna rush over to Cass.
Oh.
And give her a massive hug.
Oh, I scoop you up into a massive, massive hug.
Baby.
Okay. So, Cass, as you're hugging Howle, Ava's head turns towards Hex.
And what memory do you offer?
I'm going to play this two different ways, and the two different ways will end differently.
Roll a dice.
I wish to relinquish my memories, my good memories, only of my previous crew.
Oh,
Shit.
As you say that, you start seeing members of your crew around the outside, celebrating, cheering, celebrating the success of missions, you know, all sitting around a table drinking, playing cards, and they're gone. As her voice speaks out and her eyes flare.
The whispers that guide your hand are not your own, nor those of the ship's spirit. They are the murmur of countless mouths hidden in the void. Every course you chart feeds its hunger. Every decision it whispers shapes its perfect feast. You were never steering your ship. You were simply guiding its jaws. And those jaws will close around you unless you pass its test.
Got it. Love that. Thanks.
And her eyes flare down. She then starts to look around the room.
Does anyone else wish to step forward?
I step forward.
Okay.
And you, Ghost of Nocturne, what memory do you relinquish?
The day I trialed my nanobots on the mare of my planet of origin.
You see flickers around the outside of the room. You see a test successful, celebrations planet-wide, and then the memory's gone.
As the world you built crumbled, so too eventually will your remaining humanity. The artifact awaits, and only you can end it. But beware, for with each step you take towards it, your heart becomes colder, and your mind becomes sharper. The final choice will not be one of victory. It will be one of surrender.
It fades down again.
Yeah, I sigh and go back to Howle, wrap my arms around her with a massive, massive hug. Yeah, I look very, very troubled.
What is going on? Ava's eyes turn towards Kai for a second, and she speaks out.
You do not have many memories to share.
Kai walks up and he's kind of like looking off to the side a little bit, like scratching like the back of his neck, kind of sheepishly, almost like he's like embarrassed almost. And he like looks up at her and he's like, "Yeah, I know I don't got much, up here to share, but there's one thing I reckon." Oh, did somebody? Oh, Red, go bye.
Oh, Red.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What happened?
Alright. He did say his Wi-Fi was on the fritz and all. There you go.
Okay, there we
He's
go.
back, he's back.
It crashed, my bad. Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, no worries. So Kai approaches. He's like, "Look, I know I ain't got much up here. After everything that happened, there was one person that I can't forget, and I wish I could. There was a lot of bastards in white coats who would do horrible things to me, right? And there was one that at least treated me like a bit of a person. And I think she might have been maybe someone I fell in love with. Her name was Rachel. And she was the only one who kept me going. And she was there the day I figured out I could do this. And like Kai's eyes start like flickering like on and off, like between like bright gold and like dim yellow, and then they like then start flashing green, like a bright neon green, as like a psychic blade, like a shimmering blade of light that's like neon green light appears in his hand. I lost it, and the next thing I knew, everyone around me was dead, and Rachel was one of them. I don't... Please take it.
She looks at you, and you can see her looking deep into your soul as the memory starts to play back. But when you look at the walls, the memory is glitchy. It's scattered. Whoa. It's erratic. And she speaks out.
This memory is not yours to give.
Oh.
This memory
not mine.
Does not belong to you.
Wait, that can't be right. Wait. And then, like, Kai remembers Theta giving him memories. He was like, was that? No, I definitely killed her. I know she was there. Wait, everything of her being nice, was that? That belonged to Theta, didn't it?
It flickers again.
This memory was not gifted recently.
And then the walls around you begin to flicker as you look into memories that you didn't know were there.
Ooh.
You start seeing images of this research lab, but this research lab isn't being abandoned. The research lab is active. There's people, and they're greeting each other happily. People want to be there. Everything around you looks comfortable as you greet both members of your race and scientists with a smile. You see figures that you don't recognize. Your mind, something about your memory not being correct. Something doesn't look right. And over time, as you're looking at all these images, you see flashes, almost like the memories are glitching. Things that look like they should be happy are distorted and twisted and look terrifying. The scientists flicker between happy, friendly people reaching out, shaking your hand, to monstrous figures that are looming over you. As she speaks out again.
Memory is an interesting thing. Sometimes it can mean the world to someone. Sometimes it means the world to someone else. Beneath the ash of a long-dead mine, the Omega hums its song. Each note is a piece of you, torn and reshaped, a symphony of what you once were. When the beacon shines at its brightest, your true memories will come flooding back. But beware, for they may drown the man that you have become.
And as these memories flick around, her eyes flare. She goes,
"This reading I give to you freely. There is more beneath the surface. But know this. The pain and suffering of your past, those memories, they are not all yours. There is more to know here. More than I can tell, and more than it is my place to tell. When the Omega sings, you will have a choice. As I said, your memories may come flooding back. But who you are now may get lost in the tide. I will not take these memories. For without them, you will be lost.
And around the outside of the room, you see the glitching memories flicker again. And you see a figure standing just at the edge of one of the images. The figure of a scientist, looking towards you with a smile. And you just hear a voice reach out going, "We'll succeed at this together, my friend." And then everything fades to black and the chamber goes dark for a few seconds, almost like it's rebooting. And then Ava comes back online and looks towards you with a look of concern.
And that happens like right as Kai, like, I collapse to my knees and I'm like gripping both sides of my head, like almost as if I'm like trying to like push my head together and like keep myself in one piece. And I'm like gritting my teeth and trying to make sense of everything.
Yeah. And she reaches out to you one more time with one last word. Well, one last sentence.
No. The future and the past have a way of bringing you to where you need to be.
She looks over towards the crew and goes,
"You are in the right place at the right time."
Okay, upon seeing this, I'd like to pull Howle over with me and just like grab Kai into a massive hug. We're all
Howle
here
is
from you.
gone. Like, she is.
you guys are in like a massive three-way hug.
Yeah.
And like as the fucking arms of his friends surround him, like Kai was like obviously like rock fucking solid, like he was tense and like rigid, like not moving even slightly. And like his like muscles were like very obviously like he was like pushing with such pressure on his head that like he was trembling. But then the second like the warm embrace of his friends like surrounds him, he starts to like slowly relax. And then his arms just like drop and he kind of relaxes into the hug. And he just goes, "Thank you."
Thank your friends. They brought you to the right place.
And with this, she looks over towards Zarek and Gizmo, the only two who haven't offered memories, and says,
Either of you have a memory, wish to donate, and I will see into your future.
I'll shake my head and just kind of like stand there and step back from everybody and just be like, my memories make me who I am. I won't give up any of them.
You feel this warm glow, as if, although the face is unmoving, you can feel her smiling behind this mechanical mask. Yes.
And so, you shall see your future unravel in the way that it must. I commend you, little one.
And finally she turns towards Zarek.
I'm afraid I'm with Gizmo here. I'd like to respectfully decline.
Again, you feel this
I
warm
have
sensation.
no memories I wish to lose.
Again, you feel the
It
warm
is-
sensation, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Karen, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It is a tally of those who must meet vengeance and those who must be remembered.
And remember, they shall be.
And with this, she looks towards the whole group, stares amongst you, goes.
And with the future of you all, you are here for a stellar purpose, guided by the universe. You may think this is just a mission, but there is more to this. The Wanderer, seeking enlightenment in the stars and the origin of everything, drawn to where they always arrive. The captain of the ship, led by mechanical jaws. The young one, seeking that has gone missing, only to arrive in the one place that it is. The one who has lost their past, in the right place to discover their future. The stowaway, arriving where he needs to be. And the celestial, arriving in the place that can lead them to their vengeance. All of you are destined to be here. Know this. I am not your enemy. But without my guidance, none of you will leave the Ravenloft alive. Even if you repair your ship, as long as the captain controls the Ravenloft, you shall never leave. But I may be able to guide you to what you need to leave safely and alive as a complete crew.
What you all doing?
Crying, I guess. Thanks, mate. Fuck you! Fuck Kai! Fuck everyone! I'm out of here.
So Kai's definitely like sort of like weakly gotten up to his feet and kind of like gone to stand with the group while he's definitely like, I'm definitely looking hazy and like I'm still trying to like figure everything out and like just spending time in my own mind to process.
Hex is just like checked out with the recent revelations with Grimdark and kind of the situation that puts her and the rest of them in.
Howle looks very determined to make sure none of her friends die. She looks very protective, like she got her fist clenched, and she looks kinda angry. No.
I wasn't thinking it. Don't know what you're talking about. So,
I'm gonna do a preemptive druid craft where I can create a sensory effect where it sounds like you've got a little bit of your white noise going on to block out the old wolfing out.
The fear in my voice when I realised it as I said it.
yeah.
You just need to stop getting angry.
But it's so easy. Everyone here's a bitch.
That's why you're a werewolf.
No, I was born with it this time. Fuck you.
Yeah, even more of a reason then.
So, Ava looks at all of you. Again, you get this warm, comforting feeling from the droid. Even though it looks like something that would be like out of nightmares, it is very comforting aura that comes off it. as she kind of turns to, specifically towards Hex. Goes,
don't worry. Although all may seem helpless, I guess, you and your crew will make this out of this alive. But you need help.
and she kind of glances around the room. As you see images appearing around the outside of the chamber, and all of you see these images this time, and you all see divergent futures, images of things that may come to pass, and this includes some terrifying looking moments. Zarek, you see you standing in the floor of what looks like a church in front of the captain, who proceeds to just punch a hole through your chest. Cass, you see a nightmarish weave of red crystalline veins that flow from the ship into you as your eyes go red and you lose control of your form. Hex, you see your body completely lifeless like a puppet as your cybernetics move on their own, fulfilling some dark purpose. Kai, you see yourself standing over the remains of the rest of the crew, all of which are dead with cuts from psychic blades. Howle,
No.
you see yourself stuck in your werewolf form. And Gizmo, you see your armor that you have built closing in around you and clamping and crushing your form inside it.
These paths exist, but can be avoided. And these are not the only outcomes that result in the loss of the crew. As long as the captain draws breath, these futures will come to pass. As long as the captain controls the ship, you shall never leave. But there are things aboard this ship that can sever even his control. I can guide you vaguely to the location of these items, or if I tell you exactly where they are, your destiny will not be to reach them. That is a path you must make for yourself. But I can guide you of a sort.
I'm in.
Yeah, Kai kind of like shakes his head and like spits off to the side and goes, "Well, looks like we know what we got to do then."
Hex is reluctant.
Hey, she's not the first person to say the captain needs to go.
I guess a mutiny it will be.
Not that captain. Strahd Union.
Yeah, women.
So, upon hearing all of you apart from Hex kind of affirming that you are like happy to take on her guidance, the cradle that holds her drops down so that she's on level with Hex, and she looks to you kind of dead in the eyes, Hex, and says,
Not all machines, not all AI will hurt you in the way that he will. Some want to see you safe.
And how am I supposed to trust you? I trusted Grimdark.
she holds out her hand, and you can see that the wiring is dim and broken, and although she is being kind of maintained by this cult that is worshipping her, you can see that she is an ancient machine. And she says,
Machines are simple. We are given purpose by our designers. My designer built me long before the captain took over the Ravenloft. And I'm here to protect life.
She projects a small hologram from the palm of her hand, and you can see various different scenarios of people who've arrived previously, who she's been trying to guide through, and you see no figures that you recognize because obviously you've not been here before. Howle, you can roll a perception check if you want.
Wait, do I get my other +2 to this? Because
You
I
do.
have expertise?
You do. Oop.
Oh my god!
And just while you're rolling that, welcome in Raiders!
Hey,
Raiders!
Hey Trish, thank you for the raid! Welcome into D&D!
Hello.
You joined just in time to see Starry fuck a roll.
Yes!
No, it's 12. It's 12.
It's 12,
not
it's 12, it's
that
not bad, it's not that bad. But yeah, welcome
Wait,
in
I have a
Raiders.
reroll!
You do have a reroll. I hope you had a good stream, Trist. Thank you so much for raiding over. We are, like I said, in the middle of D&D, so we don't tend to jump in with chat as much as we do, but welcome in, Raiders. I'm Wyldosis, the Avatar of Terror, and we are playing Dreadship, which is our sci-fi Grimdark Curse of Strahd campaign. And Starry apparently cannot roll dice.
You joined just in time to see Starry fuck the second roll too.
You did. Yeah, I hope you had a
Will
good
there
time
be a
with
third
this
one?
Okay, you
I
haven't
don't have a third one.
You haven't got any more
Do I?
rerolls now.
You do.
Oh, yes, no, you got one. You got one.
Okay, fuck it. Yeah. Screw it. I don't care about anything else right now.
I fucking fell.
For fuck's sake, dice gods.
Natural 20.
Let's go!
Okay. So,
Just had to warm them up, that's all.
so one of the figures that you see is indeed Holt. And you see his crew and himself being warned to avoid Barovia habitat block. And you can see one of his crew members stating that they need to go back. So you can kind of make out what is being said, and like all of these visions that you're seeing, Hex and now Howle as well, they all are being given advice of, you know, where to go, what to do, some like very cryptic shit, but giving guidance on where to go. And it's very clear that from what you've seen so far since you arrived, that those that have been lost that you were aware of, like for example Holt's crew, were being directly pointed away from where they were killed in this case. And she reaches down to you again and says,
My prime directive.
she didn't say that in that voice. She didn't correct herself.
My prime directive is to guide people to safety. Whether people take my advice or not, that is their own prerogative, and I would not enforce it upon anyone. You are happy to do with my guidance what you wish, but know this: the future isn't set, but events will be, unless you make the correct choices. You can choose not to trust me. That is your prerogative.
She's fine. I'm finding it hard to still trust her. With
Everything that's going on.
everything that's
Yeah.
happened. Yeah. But because the crew trust her, I am gonna go along with it.
Okay. She looks at you smiling, and you forget this feeling of comfort from her again. Even though everything in your body from your past experience is telling you this is bad, and like I said previously, the droid itself has been very unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
She still gives out this very, very comforting feel as she kind of floats back up into this cradle. And she flares of energy.
The captain will seek to torment you. He will seek to find you and to bring you to the edge of madness. But there are 3 items that you can use to loosen his grip on control of the ship. In the ruins of ancient research, where metal drips like blood and shadows stalk the embers, a lost experiment sleeps. But its edge cuts more than flesh. It will carve away the captain's resolve.
Her eyes flare again.
Locked behind rusted gates and sealed in a vault of screams, from which souls are recycled to nourish the soulless. The Codex speaks his truth, and truth is a weapon.
And again, they flare one more time.
Suspended among thorns that draw the blood of those who seek it, the veil grows as part of the cursed garden. It shields the mind, but wounds the body.
Can you send these to us, by the way?
Oh yeah, I'll send the whole lot to you.
Yeah, because I just tried typing that out. No,
I can't type as fast as you.
I can't.
I'll send
I
these
can't
over.
type that fast either.
And she says,
The blade, the Codex, and the veil together will enable you to overthrow the captain, to kill him, to retain his power, or to garner his favor.
Strahd in a
Well,
garter.
Ava can't speak today, can she?
"No, I can't. I'm still not well."
must be a malfunction in the code. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
She's old.
malfunctioning droid. She can't say words. But yeah,
These 3 together will help you in your futures.
I'll pop these into a file for you all.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm not that good. I can't type. I'm getting better at it though. I almost did keyboard again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get these all together. And I'm just gonna take the locations off so you can't see where these are pointing you, because that would be bad. Okay, I'm going to share this all to you all. Hang on one second. So this is Ava's predictions, show players, show 2. Everybody apart from the stream observer.
Use boost.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
I love that
thank
function
you.
in here. I love that function in Foundry so much.
Copy and paste.
She finishes off the prediction by just saying,
On the Zarek, there are many places of danger. Heed my warning, and take care in the places where the ship shields have failed. For threats there
Okay.
lie considerably more dangerous than elsewhere aboard.
and as she says that, the cradle lowers her to the ground, and all the spider-like veins that have raised her and connected her to the ship begin to recede from her form as the form that she had taken, where she seemed very motherly and very, very calming, kind of fades away to go back to the droid that she was when she first started walking into the Hablock. And starts moving more erratically like a mannequin again. As she looks around the group and says,
Now, Vistana have prepared a meal for you all. I shall take my leave, as another crew is arriving.
What?
and then she starts walking
Interesting.
towards the exit to the chamber. What are you guys doing?
I'm interested in this other crew, I reckon.
Yeah.
So am I. Like, maybe we can help them. Like, been a shit show for us on our own.
Well, I'd say we should be careful. We don't know if they're friend or foe yet, you know?
I'm thinking of going to talk to some of the people here to see if they can give me any advice on helping Howle not wolf out so much, because they're all werewolves.
Not all of them. Most of them. Yeah.
99.9%. Everyone but Ava.
Should I probably come with? Was Ava a werewolf, actually?
No, droid.
Can droids be werewolves?
Werewolf
know.
droid. Just a
It'd
cybernetic
be amazing
werewolf.
though. Ow!
Note to self: create cyborg warforged werewolves.
Oh.
I'm a bit reluctant to help another crew right now, guys. We've
Maybe we
we
should
just
just
have our own backs right now.
keep an eye on them.
I'd say keep an eye on from a distance.
It wouldn't hurt to take a look though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like we can scope them out from a distance, but
Not start unnecessary fights, please.
Well,
coming
yeah,
from
we
you,
can
Howle.
have a look at the other crew.
I don't start unnecessary fight.
But, here, Captain. There's I'm looking at the map here, and that food processing plant is nearby, right? Here, Squirt, do you remember what, old Featherless told us? Food processing plant, something to do with Riftclaw.
There.
We can find allies and stuff there. We've got and then, Kai shows the sigil.
Speaking of food, though.
Let's eat and get some well-deserved sit-down time, yeah, guys.
Wait, did
Yeah,
not boost?
consumable by humans.
So, as you're kind of having this conversation, one of the Vistana comes in. It's not Barty this time.
Who is it?
So this one that comes in is a woman with dark, kind of curly hair, bright blue eyes, wearing an embroidered cloak with constellations on it, carrying a staff made from salvaged ship parts. And although her voice is fairly soft, it kind of commands attention as she looks towards you and says, Ada has commanded we prepare a meal for you all. Please,
Yes, ma'am.
follow along. My name is Nadia. If you, yeah, similar. I can't do the Vistana are meant to have Romani/Russian accents, but I can't do that and also do a different tone of voice, so they're all gonna sound the same.
Just do Victor.
Victor.
I am Victor. But
Is there one called Victor? Is there one called Victor?
Please do it with one of your voice synthesized things on it. Do the Victor. Do it.
hang on a second.
Victor!
Yes!
Actually, I know which one will sound better. It'll sound better in this one. Hang on 1 second. This one load.
Victor! Victor!
Yeah!
Victor!
Jack's voice.
Victor.
Fuck Jack.
Victor.
Victor.
But yeah, so she introduces herself. She turns to you and says, "My name is Nadia. If you need anything, please let me know."
Yes, ma'am.
And she leads you kind of out the chamber towards this. Like I said, all the area that's here is kind of like these stacked upon barracks. But there is, just next to the chamber, behind the view that you can see before, there is almost like a communal area. And you can see the group there moving back and forward, but they're all not really paying much attention to you all. They seem to be fairly accustomed to people passing through. As Nadia leads you down into this kind of communal area where there is this central table with some food laid out for you all. It doesn't look the most appetizing. So the table itself is this sort of circular rusted table. There is some drinks on there, so there is some vials of what looks like wine, there's some water, and then there's these kind of condensed, like almost like a block of food with some of this nutrient paste.
Can I do a survival check on the food?
You
See if
can,
it's
yes.
like safe for human consumption.
Yeah.
I'm very good at survival.
Oh god, that is wow. Okay. So yeah,
Oh.
it is.
Ah,
That is what +7. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's clear from your checking of the food, it is clearly safe for human consumption. It looks like it is a nutrient block, a nutrient paste that has been developed for the crew of the Ravenloft.
Okay, so Kai like sort of like picks it up and like visibly like sort of like shows everybody, like gives it a little sniff, and then he like pops it and he's like it's fucking disgusting, but
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Yeah, it tastes like stale bread with like. Well, it just tastes off. It just tastes like really, really bad bread.
Yeah.
Hex has gone straight for the wine at the table.
Okay.
I would like to try and get some wine.
There's plenty there. So there's enough for everybody. Who is drinking the wine?
Sure.
Is anybody
Yeah,
not?
I'd like-
I'll
drink
hold
wine.
back from the wine.
I'm not trying any of it because I don't need to eat or drink.
You don't know Warforged.
Hey, Warforged!
How usually gets submitted to the juice stuff.
I am drinking my feelings.
Oh, poor Barty.
What is wine if not juice but a little crunchier?
Yeah. So everybody who is drinking the wine, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I would like to cast Purify Food and Water before Purify Food and Drink.
Okay, let me read the detail on that.
I'd also just like to say, Howle seems a lot more chipper and less afraid of herself now. Just saying.
Wow.
Yeah, she's
I was gonna say, how's the Scroungecraft going?
she seems more
it's
innocent.
It's done. Okay, so that renders food free of poison and disease. Great, perfect. So you all still need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I don't like how you said that.
Nice.
Natural one.
No.
I'm not drinking.
Can Howle hold her drink better than Can Howle hold her drink better than Hex
Apparently,
can?
you got high Constitution.
Do.
So
12 with a +7.
She doesn't drink
Jesus.
very often. She
Kyle, you
has
drink as well?
bad tendencies when she
No,
drinks.
Kai's holding back.
Okay, so Zarek and Hex. Neither of you are subjected to poison because it's been purified. However, I need each of you to roll a d100 for me, please.
We are in an break, by the way.
Y'all are
That's fine.
drunk.
We'll go through the results once our break rolls, but if we can get the rolls, then that'd be great.
How
We're
can
rolling for alcohol percentage.
Howle hold her drink better than these
17.
two?
13.
Well,
Well, teens, baby!
13.
So 13 and 86. Okay. So we'll wait for the people to come back from this break, which is going to be funny.
Yeah, sounds good.
It seems like the opposite. I am such a lightweight in real life. I
I
have
am
one
now.
drink and I'm
I'm not a werewolf in real life.
No,
Am I though?
this is going to be great. I love this.
Have you ever tried?
Yeah.
I'm so pleased with this. So,
What have you
for
done?
those who were in my previous campaigns,
I know where this is going!
this is Tej.
What?
Oh,
Yes!
So,
I don't.
What?
No, I don't know that.
So, in my previous campaign, I invented a drink called Tej, which is basically a magical alcohol. That if you get drunk from Tej specifically, at the moment that you get
Magic?
drunk, it casts wild magic.
Fantastic.
Oh,
So,
my God.
I know what has been casted.
so for Hex, this isn't a standard wild magic. This is a different wild magic table. Because you got a natural 1, you get 2 effects.
Oh, fuck.
So I need you to roll 2d8 for me, please.
2d8.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a great role-playing one. I love this one so much.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god. I've never seen this. This is so intriguing
Yeah.
for me.
I love Tej, it's great.
8.
Okay, 8. Okay. For the next 8 minutes, your voice sounds like that of an ogre.
Oh no. Okay.
And secondly, I need you to roll me a d4.
D4.
See, Ella, you're gonna be like,
This is the best combination ever. So for the next 8 minutes, you sound like an ogre, but for the next hour, you're gender swapped. So you'll watch as Hex takes a shot of this wine, splutters for a few seconds, and then her body transforms into that of a man.
Oh no!
blows a dick and starts talking like a fucking ogre.
Yep. So what do you do? What do you do, Hex?
Hex becomes.
Oh my god.
Where did my tits go?
This is the greatest thing ever.
Where am I voice? I can't do a deep voice, guys. This is so great. Guys, help me!
Okay.
My clothes are so tight.
That's what we can undo.
My trousers.
Zarek, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, not dex save. I'm no good at dex save.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's a 5.
Oh, this could be very bad. Hang on 1 second. So you take a sit back, you lean back on your chair. As you lean back on your chair, for a few seconds you see electricity like sparking between the mesh grate above you, as a lightning bolt comes down from the grate and goes straight through you, dealing 20 points of lightning damage.
Please tell me you rolled low on that.
It was 68, so yeah, I did roll low. I rolled
Oh my
2
God.
1s.
Could you have insta-killed him with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked well over half my health.
Fucking hell.
Anybody else want to have a drink?
Good, thank you.
For the chaos, can I have another?
Yeah, well, you didn't fail the check, so you have to make another check. You're giggling.
For the chaos.
So we'll say that you're taking this drink. Oh god, you fail as well. We'll say that you're taking this drink right as Hex transforms, but before Zarek gets hit by lightning. Roll me a d100.
Oh, which one's that again?
It's just the far right at the bottom.
It's covered by my speakers. 32.
32. I love this table so much. Oh no! Oh, that is bad.
Oh no.
Sorry, did you roll a
Roll
did you roll a back character?
roll a d12.
Uh-oh.
Pure fucking fear. Pure fear. Pure fear is going through me.
Okay. For the next 6 hours, you cannot cast any spell that requires a verbal component.
Which is like everything
you have, but you're a bard.
You guys, you want a long rest for like 8 hours?
Yes, please.
Someone finally shut Howle up.
Wait, can I not talk?
This is the greatest thing ever.
Can I talk?
Yeah. You can talk, you just can't cast any spells that require magic.
You make it so tempting to drink some.
Do if you want to.
It does, doesn't it?
Do it, Gizmo.
Is message verbal?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Is this Mockery is, Charm is, Dissonant Whispers is,
Yeah.
Healing Word is, Touch City is after it's, Crown of Madness is, Zone of Truth is, fuck!
Yeah.
So is inspiration.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck it, just because I want to know what else happens. I want to.
See, this,
Yeah,
this,
I'm having some of that.
No.
you know, the last time we had Tej in a campaign, we spent an entire session just drinking. It was great.
Hang on.
I'm just gonna take a seat and just watch.
Like, Tech turns into a dude and starts speaking like a fucking idiot. Like, I watched Zarek get fucking struck by lightning, and then Howle just starts like slurring all of Howle's words to the point where like she can't fucking like even cast magic.
And like around the outside of you, you can see that several of the Vistana are also drinking this, and like one of them turns into a pot plant. One of them, like his hat just gets blown off and goes down to the abyss. One of them, his eye falls out. Okay.
Wild, was it you got turned into a pot plant mid combat?
Yeah, I jumped at someone. I cast wild magic, got turned into a pot plant, and fell out of a window and shattered. So you pass can't save. You're fine.
I'm good.
Can I take a drink, but like with the intention of failing?
Yes, if you want to fail, you can intentionally fail.
Oh, I would like to fail.
Yeah. Okay. So you intentionally fail. Roll a d100.
47.
Oh
47.
my god, I literally have no fucking spells. I hate this. Oh no.
Oh no. Okay. So. You're all on a mesh grate over the top of a abyss, aren't you?
Oh no.
I'm not sat down, I'm stood up, yeah.
So, you've just cast grease on the floor below you. And everyone needs to make a dexterity save to see if they fall over and if they slide.
Do I get my expertise with my saving throws?
You do, yes.
You do,
I'm sitting down, so I'm just watching this. I did say I'm sitting down earlier.
The distance, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a 20 on my deck save.
I got 11.
24.
Oh god. Okay. So starting from the top.
I'm gonna redo mine. I'm gonna use my fucking inspiration. Redo mine.
We have an ASMR, right? We have an ASMR, right?
You do.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I got a 19 for my redo.
Can you fly?
Not yet.
Not yet,
I don't
damn.
think.
Okay,
I think that's level 10 or something like that.
So Hex and Gizmo. Hex.
Yes.
You, very, very ungainly on your feet, having this new form, you half slip and you slide across the floor and you slam into the barrier that leads over to the abyss. I need to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh shit!
That's strength. That's not the right one.
Fucking Gizmo just fucking pissed grease all over the floor, and now we're all gonna die.
I got 12.
Okay. You go to fall forward, and as you fall over the railing, your tail instinctively grabs the railing and pulls you back on as you hear this voice going,
You shall not leave.
as Grimdark saves you from falling into the abyss.
Shut the fuck up, Jack. You're a fucking
Okay.
bitch.
Gizmo, however, you also slide towards the railing, but you are not tall enough to hit the railing, so you slide straight underneath it. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Can one of us try and grab him? Can we catch him?
You can make a dexterity saving throw to give him advantage if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I will lie with the actions of my consequence of my actions. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Okay.
21.
Okay. Yeah, like Debbie, this is a very heartfelt lord up session. Now, so guys, eat into the bins and something wacky. Okay, so Panda, as you slide towards the abyss,
Do I have an advantage?
You do have advantage, yes.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Very glad I had it.
Yeah, so you slide towards the abyss, and as you do, you go over the edge, and all of you see Gizmo just vanish into the abyss. And as you look over the edge to check to see if he's okay, he's just hanging by a wire underneath the grate, having just saved himself. As he manages to screw himself up and get back up onto the platform.
Hex is just pointing at him like.
Oh my god, I can't even cast spells. Fuck!
Nope.
No,
No,
you
can't.
can't.
Nope.
I was gonna vicious mockery you.
So, is anybody else having a drink before we move on?
Yes, please.
I have had
No.
enough.
Can I use my druid craft to just like have an applause just going all around Gizmo?
You can indeed.
I want one more.
Okay. Okay, you can choose to fail if you want to choose to fail.
I want to fail.
Okay, roll your D100.
Death is like you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
13.
13.
That's a lucky number if I've ever seen one.
Reroll
It's my
13, so we had
lucky
13
number.
earlier.
Yeah, I've had 13.
Yeah, reroll. Yeah.
It's the ogre one.
Howle just becomes Holt. Oh wait, no.
Halt.
Give me a second.
Mm.
Like one of them staring at the wild magic table saying character instantly dies. He's like,
That does happen if you roll 100.
Oh, don't tempt me.
You really have a backup character you want to play, huh?
No, it would be good content.
Okay. I just need to have a look what you're in your inventory. Give me a second.
Oh no.
Why? I don't have any that's English.
I'm so glad I didn't give you the headphones, yeah.
I know, right?
Listen.
Okay, give me 1 second. So, what you all see
Don't get rid of my clothes. Don't strip me.
from Howle's backpack, which has got all our items in, you start to see the backpack start to float slightly as the items weightlessly spill out and begin to float. For the next 66 days.
Wait, no, 6d6 or
66
6d6?
I'm running this out now. For the next 20 days of in-game time, any item that you pick up becomes weightless.
Oh.
So that's actually a good one.
Okay.
So now, although you're a bard that can't cast spells, you technically have no encumbrance limit.
Can I have my rifle?
Does she choose? Can she choose what becomes weightless?
Nope. Everything that she touches becomes weightless.
She has the Midas touch of weightlessness.
Yep.
No, I'm just Uraraka.
Wait.
So
Everything
that she touches becomes weightless.
so she can just run and fucking slap Vec on the arm.
Well, every item that isn't attached directly to someone. So like, you couldn't turn someone's cybernetics weightless.
Well, she touched me because she made me weightless.
No, you're not an item.
Damn it!
Does
Technically,
this
I
sound
am to Grimdark, right?
Technically, yeah, but not mechanically
Well,
in the
then.
game.
Wait. Could Howle touch your tail or something, and like your tail just like bob along and just like float you along?
No, but
What would
it's
work
connected
though
to
is like
cybernetics.
as like a spaceship that is not attached to the ground.
Carry a spaceship.
Also, very key here, by the way. Your headset starts to float off.
Uh-oh.
She doesn't have it yet. I haven't given it to her yet.
I thought you giving it to her.
Not yet.
No,
okay,
not
fair
yet.
Okay.
I was more chipper because my trauma is gone.
Got it. I thought they'd been given a headset.
Oh
My big
yeah.
trauma is gone.
Yep.
In Howle's eyes, she's never killed anyone.
True.
What about the fuckers earlier that we just absolutely massacred?
Doesn't count.
They deserved it.
Look at your voice change there.
What?
So just before we move on, I'm going to read some of the potential results off this table because
Yeah, I gotta hear him.
so.
Oh,
results
fuck,
that you could have had included things like you grow an extra leg for a minute, your speed is reduced by 10 feet, then the leg falls off, causing you no damage.
Wait, growing the extra leg is what already happened to Elloriah.
Yeah, I would have gone extra bit.
There's one here saying you become an undead abomination for the next D12 hours.
That's cool.
When I wake up in the morning.
The best one is here. An adult red dragon appears and attacks you for 1 round and then disappears.
Fuck.
You are teleported to another location on a nearby planet.
Oh, that'd piss Strahd off. That'd be so good.
Yeah. Everyone's hair in a 100-foot radius grows 1 foot.
Hal's already got such a hair.
Oh my god!
No, imagine Gizmo.
You don't look like Cousin It.
Yeah. All of a sudden, the next person you speak to automatically becomes hostile to you. What's the other one? And if anybody in chat who wants this, I will put a version of this out for chat.
That's so funny.
For 1d4 hours, you see invisible creatures within 50-foot radius.
I had that one last time.
Yeah.
Can someone toss me the fucking game session password? I forgot it.
Yeah,
it's the usual one.
It's the usual one.
I've put that in. It's not working.
How about this one?
From the beginning.
Every time you cast a spell from now on for the next D10 days, there's a 50% chance that it will not cast correctly. This can only be removed with Dispel Curse, and not only does it roll on a random Wild Magic table, it rolls on 6 separate Wild Magic tables.
Oh.
Hell.
What else is there? The spell Stinking Cloud is cast on a random point within 30 feet.
Stinky.
Any metal weapon or armor you own, even that is being worn, comes to life under your control and fights by your side for 2d6 rounds.
So good for Gizmo.
We'll do 2 more. You lose the ability to see into the material plane and instead see into the elemental plane of fire in all directions for 2d6 hours. Yeah, and one of my favourites, when you first roll it, nothing happens. But the next time you roll a natural 20 on a dice, a meteor falls from the sky centered on you with a radius of 20 feet, dealing 6d10 bludgeoning damage.
That is evil.
Yep.
Wow.
Anyway, where are we going?
So this was you guys just chilling after you've had the encounter with Ava.
Yeah. We can start stuff up next session because I feel like this is like a good stopping point, right?
This was going to be where we kind of finished. The only thing I was going to say is, just for the purpose of kind of getting ready for the next session, where do you guys want to head next, and kind of what are your plans next?
I have a strong proclivity towards the food processing plant because I have a sigil that will apparently gain us allies in that area.
Oh yeah, we both do. No, you haven't.
So that's going to be Kai's main suggestion. Like the food processing plant is close by, and we apparently can gain friends there, which we definitely need friends.
Friends is always good. I'm gonna need to head to Krask at some point.
Where's
But that's a bit of a jaunt.
I was gonna say. Oh, that's a way away.
I wanna go to the secure sector to see Argon Vostholt.
In security?
Argon Vostholt wasn't in the secure sector, it was in the landing bay.
Oh, why have I got in the secure sector?
So the secure sector is where you want to take Karina to.
Oh yeah, how's Arena? Has she been drinking Tej?
She hasn't, she's been sitting and watching. She's come across it before.
What's it called? It's in the lost sector.
The Argon Vostholt's in the Tsar landing bay.
Oh, so where we are now?
You're like next to it, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah, grand.
I also wants to go to the Valaki secure sector because the hint about Delta being there.
Yeah, I think Howle did as well, because Holt was meant to be going there. Obviously he's not, but
So do we want to swing through food processing and then loop around to the secure sector maybe?
Yeah, I also want to go and investigate those little mechanical drones that I saw earlier.
Well, I
We should
think
also
seeing as the
maybe pick
loading
up-
bay is closest, we should do that first,
yeah.
and then do the loop round, I guess.
Well, we should definitely check out the cargo bay because there might be some goodies there for us as well.
Hear me out. Cargo bay goes to landing bay, which goes to food crossing, which goes to engineering, which goes to a research facility. And I don't know how we ended up here. They don't know directions.
Well, we could go for okay, I'm looking at the map.
What,
We've
what,
got
what
like
I'm going to do as well, I'm
in
going
the
to show the map to stream as well, just so the stream can see the map. Give me a second.
Yeah.
This is just planning a road trip. I swear to God.
So I'd say like let's stock up at the like cargo bay, check out the landing bay, then loop around to food processing, go through security down to the Valaki secure sector, right?
Wait, oh my God! While we have me touching things and making them weightless, we should take the parts we need for the ship, so we don't all get encumbered by them, because they'll be weightless, and we might as well just have them there.
There was only
but
one
at
part
this
that we
point, we
needed, I
don't-
think.
Yeah, but at this point, we don't know how long you're going to have weightlessness.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, it's permanent, obviously.
I like carrying things.
You're gonna be the Bob.
It's the first
It's
time,
not
first
that.
time you're able to
It's
do
when
it.
you're carrying 30 tons when the weightlessness wears off.
I'll get crushed immediately.
Okay. So, you guys are thinking
yeah.
about cargo bay, landing bay area.
I think landing bay, cargo bay, get the cap stuff sorted. Then we can head through food processing, security to Valaki.
So,
Where would the small mechanical drones be in relation to all of this?
they're in the block that you're in. So
yeah,
they're
I
just
would like
above
to go
you.
and do that before all
Yeah,
our
we
people
can keep that out
go
first thing.
somewhere else.
Well, do you want to, because that's actually in the sector that you're in, do you want to do that this session before we finish off? Because we actually, that way we'll have finished off this area.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I turn to everybody. I want to go and check out. Can we see it from where we are?
Not actually. Yes, you will be able to see where you are because you're in the main area.
I want to go and take a look at those.
And like Kai has seen them as well, so Kai's like, yeah, you know what, Doc, I'll come with you.
Hal's still squinting, and she's like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Road trip.
Am I out of the range of the grease?
You are, yes.
Okay, I'll stand up.
If you can give me a minute, to recover.
Okay, can I? Yeah, before recover, as in like health and stuff. 1 sec.
Yeah.
1 sec.
Oh my God, I could cast Healing Word, but no, I can't. I have fucking spells.
I mean, imagine. Okay, I'm gonna cast Goodberry and get some cakes and just like throw one to Zarek.
You had
Yeah.
those this whole time?
No, I just made them. Did you not watch Howle?
No.
I'll give you the rock eyebrow.
Open from Cass, like her like stomach compartment opens and it's just like ding.
Ting, pies are done. Just like an easy bake oven.
Yeah, exactly.
A Kathy Bake Oven.
Nano cakes.
Yeah. So Goodberry's 10 cupcakes appear in your hand. Each restores 1 hit point and provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
Okay, I throw you 1 over because I can't tell how many points you lost from here.
He got struck by
20.
lightning.
What was it? 20? Yeah, 20.
Come on, Sugar Rush, let's go.
Okay.
Okay. I'll take a fistful of good berries then.
Okay.
How fast can he eat them?
Well, it's going to take him a while to eat and restore the health. So shall we say that Cass, Kai, and Howle head up?
Yeah.
I think that's who wanted to head up, wasn't it? While Zarek recovers.
I shall mindlessly follow. I don't know what's going on.
Gizmo, Hex, are you following?
I'm still drunk, bro.
Oh yeah, you're
You're
still,
Trying to figure out how to walk with this fucking schlong between my legs.
Yeah, like, I'm actually like looking down my pants currently. Like, yo.
Like walking like a fucking cowboy.
That fucking dick.
I'll stay with Zarek and
Hey, Cap, is that a blaster in your pocket, or are you pleased to see me?
I got 3 blasters now.
Yeah, but for some reason, looking over to Barty makes your trousers tighter and you're not sure why.
Wait, what?
The hot skin tight space pants are suddenly a bollock pinch wrist.
Yeah. Just a seam down the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Tries to walk and it's just immediately like.
My ass is looking tighter than ever.
Are you doing the cowboy walk at this point, Hex?
Of course I am.
Yeah. It looks like she's trying to sneak and she's doing the Pink Panther wide-legged.
Okay, so jump.
Anyway, right. So.
Right, serious faces on.
Cass and Kai and Hal, you start making your way up to the sort of side of the area where there's kind of the mesh staircases leading up to the higher floors, and you make your way up to where these drones are. So you see that these drones are moving, excuse me, from hab center window to hab center window, and they're scanning the Vistani who are in the chambers. And like I said,
are these just people who are randomly doing stuff, or are they like in cryostasis or what?
They're just randomly doing things. So they're just scanning just the inhabitants.
Okay.
And every now and again they stop, and it just says, let me get the exact phrasing up. Give me 1 second. I clicked off the wrong window. Every now and again it just says designated for processing before moving on. In terms of the appearance of these things, now you're a bit closer. They are a circular droid. They've got mechanical, like a mechanical circle on. I say circles, mechanical sphere on top, with these tendrils that are scanning things, and then below it they've got almost organic material. So they look almost like a jellyfish, where the tentacles are organic, and then the body itself is a droid. And they're scanning each of these centers, then moving on to the next one.
Now try and catch one.
Sure thing. You can make a dexterity saving throw. Dexterity check. Sorry, or athletics, whichever is most. Athletics or acrobatics, either way.
I take 1 step to the side away, just in case.
You know how dogs are when they see balls?
Shut up. Damn it.
Would Howle be like that?
No.
Would she get distracted very easily?
No, you'll be fine.
My feet still had some fucking grease on from earlier, and I try to jump and fucking.
You eat shit. Oh.
So you jump towards this thing to grab it. I need you to make another dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, saving throw. Okay.
Are you gonna fall?
I'm better with saving throws.
Okay, so you jump onto this droid, you grab the droid, and as you do, it turns and it flings you to the side. You get flung over the chasm, but manage to grab the side of the walkway as it throws you off.
Jesus.
And manage to pull yourself back onto the walkway.
I have another plan. What's like keeping them? What's keeping them afloat?
You can't see. It looks like there's either some kind of engine underneath or potentially some magic. They just seem to be floating.
Okay. Did there seem to be like? Was there any like security reaction when I grabbed onto it? Like, did it just kind of shake me off, or did it trigger some kind of alarm system?
It didn't trigger an alarm, but it definitely intentionally threw you off.
Okay.
Can
I try to like investigate it to figure out like where its like flight mechanism stuff is?
Yeah, you can roll investigation. How, what were you saying? Sorry, just so I want to make sure everybody's got their actions as well. What did you say?
Could I see if it was magic? Considering
yeah, you can do Arcana, and Kai can do investigation. Cass, what do you want to do as well?
I am usually magical.
I'm just shaking my head at this point. Let me just say.
Okay. Okay.
Watching these two fucking gremlins try to catch
so,
this flying orb.
Just watching with silent disapproval.
Cass watching her.
Just like literally face palming, like what the fuck.
Okay, so between the Arcana check and the investigation check, you can tell that this thing is primarily mechanical. It doesn't seem magical at all, but there's definitely some kind of engine inside, but you can't make out the engine through the organic matter.
No, I just
Can I
like
tell,
reach
like,
out with my
kind of-
hand to touch it rather than try to grab it.
Yeah, you'd have to kind of get yourself into a position where you're a bit higher, which is fine. So do you want to make me a athletics check, just climbing a little bit of the grid to reach out, but you'd have to climb a little tiny bit higher.
Okay.
Don't fuck this up.
Right, that's it! I don't have any rerolls, nobody gave me any!
Oh, you
Can
do, you have one for our session.
capture?
Oh, I do? Okay, I'm gonna reroll that.
Hmm?
Athletics. Pray for me.
Please,
Oh,
fingers
yeah.
crossed.
Can I? Can I?
So it like
practice
stole on
capture?
20 for a second.
Okay. So you climb a little bit up the kind of the gridded walkway, but you are unable to get high enough to reach this thing. You can get a few feet up, but you can't quite reach it.
Okay.
Okay. Am I able to see like the kind of region where the engine would be kept?
You can, yes. So you can see roughly where it would be, but you can't actually make it out through the organic matter.
Okay. I would like to throw a psychic blade at it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Yeah.
I can imagine these guys just being absolutely fuck all and wild as just watching us do this.
Okay, so you reach out and this blade appears in midair, almost like it's already in the air being thrown as you summon it. And as it flies towards the drone, you are able to, because you know the engine is behind the organic matter, you blink the knife out of existence for a split second as it passes through the matter, and then resummon it back on the engine.
That's fun though.
You hear the whirring of the motor as it drops and it clatters onto the walkway that you're on.
Let's go.
As it does, a
Nice.
siren begins to wail.
Uh-oh!
What are you guys doing?
Oh shit,
Well,
shit. Siren? Loud?
Fine. Because it's fine. Because the psychic blade doesn't like make any marks and it disappears immediately, so there's no evidence that I did it. It's fine.
Yeah, let's walk away and whistle.
Yeah, let's just fucking like let's just kind of
Yeah.
walk off. Kaya's gonna like clasp his hands around Howl's ears as we just kind of walk off, doing the like fucking.
So,
Yeah, no, I put my arms around the two of you. It's like, yeah. It's just like mother and kids just walking around. This is fine.
so
Did we hear the siren in the bar?
Oh yes. So as you guys start making your way down the ledge near where this blaring siren of this drone is, at the very far side of the chamber, kind of where the darkness had hid the edges, you hear the sound of a lift opening.
Oh no.
And as you kind of look over in its direction, stepping out onto the walkway is a figure. Let me grab the description of this thing.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So, this figure is a twisted amalgamation of machine and organic matter. It looks like it was once a woman, but is definitely no longer anything even resembling what it once was. Most of its body being replaced with cybernetic implants. The remaining biological parts are bloated and obese, filled with, covered in scars that are weeping. You can see that the back of their head has been opened up, revealing this dome of mechanical systems beneath it whirring as loose hair, the sort of scraggly remains of it kind of fall onto their shoulders. They look around the room cold and calculating, and you can see that as it steps out, it was dragging something that it just lets go, and you can see clearly that it is a bag with a body in, with a leg sticking out the top of it. It twists and moves like a automaton of some kind. The human face that would be there originally, more like a sleek metal mask, as it whirs and clicks as they step out onto the floor, looking towards the drone. As they step forward, you see one of the Vistana going up the steps towards it, trying to communicate with it, but you can't quite hear what it's saying as this figure twists and turns towards it. After a few seconds, this figure just reaches out, grabs the Vistani by the neck, and just crushes their neck as they drop to the floor dead. And it looks towards it looks towards the central chamber and begins to walk towards where the bar is, where everyone's sat and drinking. And that's where we'll end the session.
Oh my god.
Look, it's fine. It's literally
No,
like,
no,
as
it's not.
far as it knows, all it knows is that there is a drone that is malfunctioning. It doesn't know that we are, like, as long as we keep out of its way, we should be fine.
Was it Barty?
No, it wasn't. No, it was just one of the other Vistana. But
I don't have a headset. I'm not ready for combat. I don't have any spells.
It's okay, it's okay. Grimdark's gonna take over my body again and save us all, it's fine.
Point of 87!
Before we do roll out of this, because Cass, Kai, and Howle are looking back at this thing, make us a history check.
I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm gonna kill all my friends again.
It didn't happen in the first place, you don't remember.
Get natural ones!
Oh my god!
Okay.
2 1s and a 5. Fuck me.
Okay, you guys have no idea what this is. As it moves into the chamber with this mechanical whirring, and as mentioned, this Vistana that kind of went to talk to it just gets torn apart.
Oh, we are so dead.
Okay, can I use a spell before we finish the session?
Oh, what do you want to do before we finish the session?
I want to use Pass Without a Trace.
I fade into the darkness. Bye.
Can I see the people who were, like, in there?
What do you mean? Is in like? What do you mean?
Like, let me look real quick. Choose one or more creatures you can see. So yeah, can I see, like, Hex or anybody who are, like, in the chamber? They just kind of, like, wandered off a bit, right?
All of the areas are wide open, like just walkways.
Okay.
So you can clearly see, like, Hex, Gizmo, and Zarek sitting down where this thing, like, in the direction that this thing is walking.
How far away are we from it?
You are probably around 60 foot.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, actually, no, probably further than that. Actually, probably about 90 foot. Sorry.
I am going to utilize psionic whispers to establish a mental connection with Hex and Gizmo, because they're the only ones, like, I can only do 2 monsters or 2 things that I can see to establish a psychic link, and I have to roll a d4 for the amount of hours, but I just need it for, like, it's a d6 for the amount of hours, I think.
Yeah, and also at the moment, Cass, Howle, and Kai, you've all got +10 to dexterity from Pass Without Trace.
So fucked.
Oh hell yeah! So
So
for 2 hours, I can yap mentally between myself, Hex, and Gizmo. So I communicate the telepathic idea to them. Big thing, spooky, hide or run, do not try to talk to it.
Am I able to comprehend that?
Yes, you are. Yes.
Should be able to.
You should be
I'm
fine.
still
like,
drunk,
speak
aren't
back.
I?
We can talk freely, basically, telepathically.
Wait, would my inside voice be ogre-y?
Your inside voice would still be ogre, yes.
Fuck.
But you're not necessarily drunk with it. You're just under magical effects.
Fuck's sake. What?
still sounds drunk to me.
So Kai communicates
Whilst
to...
this has all been going on, would I have had time for a short rest?
Yeah, you probably have enough time.
Nice.
So while Duce is resting, Kai just reiterates to Hex and Gizmo, "Look, there was a drone that it malfunctioned. I don't know what happened. It was some kind of issue with the drone happened. Yeah, this big fucking scary thing came out of nowhere and just crunched one of the Vistana. So don't try to talk to it. Don't try to negotiate. Just hide or leave. Keep the fuck out of its path. All right."
Ken?
Yeah, one sec.
Giving you the rock eyebrow?
Hey,
It malfunctioned?
hey, what?
Yeah.
Okay, back into game now. It's just like,
Yeah, it malfunctioned. They don't know it.
Hey, Wild.
Yeah.
Should I do a wisdom saving throw?
What for?
It's loud, it's scary, there's a big scary boy.
At the moment, no. We'll do it next session. But we'll finish up here because
We'll start next session.
Start next session is going to go hard.
I thought we were done with this area.
Yeah, I didn't think that you were going to encounter this thing. I thought.
What challenge rating is that?
Let me tell you. Hang on.
No, don't.
Death.
No,
No.
I kind of want to tell you the challenge rate of it.
Don't
We're
tell
gonna
us.
try and, like, keep the fuck away
I
from
don't
it,
want to
even if
know. Don't tell
Okay.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know it's scary enough that we shouldn't. Like, it was able to
Yeah.
instant crunch a Vistana. That tells me we shouldn't be fighting it.
Hi, as long as I say hi. But yeah, so yeah, fun session next session. But we'll finish up there because if we get into combat with this thing, we're going to be here for like an hour, if not more than that. So we will finish up here. But that has been a good fun session.
That was a sad session, and then it got really funny, really fast, and then it got oh shit, really fast.
Yeah, he went heavy.
It's not our fault. It's not our fault it malfunctioned.
Yeah, exactly.
Is
See,
that
like,
the story we're going with? Is that the story we're going with?
Okay. So
Sorry, what were you saying, Wild?
I'm going to look for a raid. I'm just seeing who's around. I don't think many of our lot are around.
No.
There never are.
No, not well. I think most of them do turn up to watch us. On a,
Oh, Ali's on.
I think is Ali on? I can't see Ali on.
Yeah,
And,
Ali's on.
I might raid into. I don't know if they're still going. Let's have a look. Are they still going? No, they've just finished. Fuck.
Yeah, Ali's on.
I could raid into Ali. I mean, I could raid into. I'm just thinking because I raided into Ali last time. I might raid into someone else. I might raid into Tommy Toon actually. But they do a lot of D&D content.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll raid into Tommy Toon. So Tommy Toon, they are a lizard wizard, which is a great name.
Love that.
They do at the moment they're doing some Helldivers with some friends, but they do a lot of D&D. So they do run a campaign. I've got the impression that Muella might be starting like any minute now, so I'm just keeping an eye to see if she just start while I'm playing trade. But I think we'll raid over to Tommy Toon today. Yeah, let's raid over to Tommy Toon stories. So I'm going to get the raid going up now. I'm not going to go to my ending scene. So I did discover that my ending scene is what is causing my OBS to break. So we'll go straight from here. We'll get the raid going up now. So I'm just going to put the raid message up. So raid message is here. The raid message. Have a great rest of your night. We're going to send you over to Tommy Toon, who's just started. Have a great rest of your night. It's going to be raiding over in about 10 seconds. We will be back with more Dreadship next Tuesday. Before then, I myself am back tomorrow playing Resident Evil. I think Tiny's streaming tomorrow as well during the day.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be streaming as well, depending on how drowsy I am.
Yeah, so we've probably got an Elo stream as well. I think Panda's doing some Marvel Rivals tomorrow.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. So loads of streams tomorrow to go and check out. But yeah, have a great rest of your evening, and we will catch you next time aboard the Dreadship.
Take it easy, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.